Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. These past couple months, I've noticed a small problem growing in Pillar Chase 2, and that specifically is the monster chance system, and more specifically, how easy it is for rounds to get stolen from you because people with like a killer chance of 17 or higher will just randomly join. And sometimes this can be multiple people, like more than one, and that can end up adding like 2 or 3 extra survivor rounds to your belt, and that's not really something some people want because sometimes, or not even sometimes, most of the time you're sitting there and you're building your killer chance and or monster chance. You could be sitting there building your monster chance up, and that can take a while. Um, I don't know if any of you have watched some. I mean, I don't know if I've kept it in some of the old videos, but my friend James, he's in some of the Pillar Chase videos, or just in some of the videos in general, and you never really see it because sometimes I don't record and sometimes I cut it out. But he will end up playing the game for an hour and a half to 2 hours because he just gets really unlucky. And, maybe he's not the best at Survivor, but people do just join and yank his chance on a consistent basis. It doesn't really help the fact that when he does play, it's double trouble. But he'll join, like, he'll sit there and grind and grind and grind. He'll finally get out, be killer. He'll finally be ready to be killer. And then, boom, 2, 3, maybe 1 to 3 people will join with a kill chance. Maybe one higher than him, or 50 higher than him. And that's just an exaggeration, but still. I do have some solutions for this, though. And I need you to hear me out on some of these, because they're kind of crazy. Okay, for starters, this is something that I've had in mind for a while, and so have my friends. The max chance you can have when you rejoin a lobby should be around 7. I think 7 is the absolute perfect number. Honestly, it's not so low that you have to sit there and grind for an hour to get back to monster round, and it's not so high that you just yoink everyone's round and be a little nuisance. I mean, yeah, you'll still have to climb a little bit to be monster again, but it's not that much unless you're really unlucky and you're in a lobby where everyone has a chance of 17 and higher. I will say though, if Blade or any of the developers, if they sit there and they decide to fix the monster chance system, I think this solution is the least likely. It just seems unrealistic. I just don't think if they're gonna edit the amount that you can have when you rejoin a lobby, they'll probably just get rid of it completely and just go revert it back to the original form, and we just go back to 0 when you rejoin. But whatever. Okay. I think this one, my second solution is going to be a little bit of a hear me out on this. So just listen. An upgrade that can increase monster chance. This not only incentivizes skill, well, not really, it does incentivize skill. It also incentivizes using the upgrades, because I know not many people use the upgrades. I don't. So I wrote up a little concept here. So to hear this out, I would call it Devil Inside or Risk Taker. When you equip this upgrade, you do not get an increase in monster chance when you start the round. But when you complete an objective, you go up by 2 or 3. You're at 20 HP while this is equipped, by the way. So I'm thinking this would require you to be good enough at the game to not only get your objectives done, but to also never get hit by anything. Not just killer, whether it be the skulls or radiation or what. Because every monster could one-hit you, including PCX, unless he jumps on you. That solution, though, I do think that could use some more time in the oven, because it's a little wonky. I've never really made concepts, but I think it's a good start. And this last idea I have is a pretty crazy hear me out, because I do think it would be kind of hard to code. Monster chance should be added in intervals. For example, let me think. Let's say you get 25% of your objectives done. You'll go up by 1 chance. And if you end up getting 50% of those objectives done, you'll end up going by 2. And finally, if you get all of your objectives done, you end up going by 3. I will say that will probably be a little weird to implement, though, considering the fact that all maps have different amount of objectives and different difficulties or whatever. Some maps being 1 objectives, like Oni's Mansion, or some being 2, like the Pillar Grading system with the buttons and the little valves. But I think it would be a good way to really incentivize skill. My final solution is a little. This one, some people have said in the past. The final solution would just be to revert it back to zero. You know what I mean? Like when you leave a lobby and you rejoin, boom, you're back to zero. I don't want that. That would be a little dumb. But that's the fourth solution. It's if worse comes, scenario. I don't know. I mean, it used to not be a problem, so I used to never really say anything about it. But I don't know about you guys. But I've been playing Village Race more and more as time goes on. You know, I think around when PCX is added, I went head on into the game. I've been playing a lot of Village Race. Like I've gold PCX, almost gold EXE, silver Springtrap now, silver MX, and almost silver Inkfield, and almost silver. I played a bunch of killers. You've seen on the videos, and as someone who, when I record these videos, the videos are killer themed, right? So it gets a little tiring and agitating when I'm sitting there trying to grind up to be killer so I can get some footage for a video, and then multiple people join with a higher killer chance than me on a consistent basis. And there's really not much I can do about it, even if I get all my objectives. Even if I get all my objectives and survive, there's still a realistic chance that my killer chance is still going to be lower than some random person that joins. I don't know. That was some food for thought. Maybe you'll agree with me. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll disagree with me so mad Maybe you'll disagree with me so bad you'll get so mad at me and threaten me. I don't know. Or maybe you'll agree and say, "Oh my God, you're so cool." Whatever. Like I said, food for thought. Thank you for listening to me ramble on. Have a good day.